Saturday Night Football continues here at Estadio Matt Wilson here in Mexico City as the in-form and title-contending Mexico City Aztecs play host to the Los Angeles Lycans here, fresh off a huge win 2 weeks ago against the Indianapolis Ramblers. Again, highlighting the Mexico City Aztecs in their Australia. I want to claim that it's because of me, but it's not. It's in highlight of the 3 Australian members across the Mexico City roster: Gerard Brody, Liam Ryan, and Jacob Morrison. Alongside me to unpack this game, what should be a good one, is none other than Mickey Malillo. Busy week for you, Mickey, but otherwise, how are you doing?
I am doing well, Jacob, and I gotta say, I am happy to be in the booth with my favorite Australian. So, let me give you a few keys to the game right now. The Aztecs are sitting in first in the South and been relying heavily on Hall of Fame running back Ray Bentley, who's top 5 in all categories. The Lycans right now are sitting at 2-5 and been relying on Sully Richardson passing to his favorite target, Chris Lee. The Aztecs are the heavy favorites, but if the Lycans want to stay in this game, they need to contain Bentley and share the workload around the offense.
Aztecs in the yellow to receive, and the Lycans in their grey and blue alternates to defend first off. And a return up past the 30 is a good one from the Hall of Famer Jeffrey Daggs, returned up past the 30 to the 31. This Mexico City offense led out by quarterback Jordan Sipe. The backs again, Jacob Morrison, highlighted today, along with Ray Bentley, who is having a superb season in his 15th campaign as an Aztec. Buford Van Dam, the fullback. The receivers, Jason Bartley, Honus Adobe, Nye Taratzis, tight ends Bill Henry and Devontae Richardson. And then I'm going to have a go at pronouncing this offensive line: Ovajana, Sitlamena, Ocelotl, and Tartani Supremo make up that offensive line. Handoff now up the middle. Picks up 9 yards. Opening carry for, as you mentioned, Ray Bentley, having a superb campaign in season 23.
Oh no, Ray Bentley has just had a great season so far, and he did a great job there. Great opening play here by the Aztecs, turning around, handing it off to Bentley, which they've been doing all season long, and Bentley finding the hole, picking up 9 yards to make this second and short.
Exactly what we came to expect from this offense so far on the opening play. Toss play on the outside. That's to Jacob Morrison. Picks up 6 yards, so back-to-back good plays. Opens up the game for the Aztecs.
And Jacob Morrison right there, just giving Ray Bentley a quick little break so he can gather his breath and make sure he can still be top of his game for the rest of this game.
Handoff again, this time Bentley back in the fold. Mows over one of the LA inside linebackers there. It was Brogan Speerow who copped one from Bentley, and he picks up 8 yards.
Now with a great play call there by Mexico City, a delayed draw, Ray Bentley in the backfield there as tailback, and just him waiting in the backfield, waiting to get the ball and picking up 8 yards on second down. The Lycans need to figure out a way to contain Bentley.
Brogan Speerow has an extra 80 pounds on Ray Bentley, and he just absolutely minced him, and that's a carry for Buford Van Dam up the middle, picks up a first down. So now all 3 backs for Mexico City have touched the football in the opening stages of this game. Jordan Sipe yet to throw a pass, and they'll open up a fresh set of downs here inside LA territory after only 90 seconds of play clock burnt. Handoff outside, that's Bentley. This time LA's defense plugs the gap, and a tackle made right at the line of scrimmage by Tazzy Blackwell.
And Tazzy Blackwell right there, just great job by her, filling the hole, keeping Bentley from picking up any yards. That's what the Lycans need to do for this game.
Now, first play of the game, first pass of the game, rather, for Jordan Sipe. Finds one of the backs, though, there in Ray Bentley. He gets a little bit more space that time. And an early opportunity for LA to get a quick hold here, just on the fringe of field goal range. And now lining up in an empty back set 5 wide. LA's going to play their corners nice and close to the line to gain. Projecting a motion here across. So again, Aztecs have 3 receivers and 2 tight ends to throw to. All 5 of them are on the field here in this formation. Sipe drops back, pressure around the edge. Almost got there, caught in wide open space. Turning around was Noe Taratzis, and he's inside the 15.
Oh, Taras is right there. Just a great job. A little button hook route right there. Turning around, catching the ball, and turned the exact right way to be able to slip the defender and be able to pick up another 10 yards after the catch.
First receiver checks into the game now, and they're now officially in the red zone. So a really good opening drive here from this Aztecs offense has been burning red hot over the last few weeks. Sipe now with spread receivers. He's going to hand it off to the left-hand side. Bentley's got caught behind a blocker, though. And LA are going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage there as the tackle made at the line of scrimmage. Forced there by Alex Perez, 10-season defensive end, former Houston headhunter. Has made two All-Star appearances in his first campaign with the Lycans. Sipe now on a second down, rolls out. This time it's caught inside, goal to go. Honus Adobe checks into the game.
Honus Adobe, great one-handed catch there. And I want to go back to the pass to Ray Bentley before. He caught a 5-yard pass there. That puts him, and doesn't seem like a major stat, but for a running back, 3,500 yards receiving now for Ray Bentley out of the backfield. So great job, Ray Bentley. You could do it on the ground on a handoff. You could do it in the air.
Seems telegraphed to be thrown into the Hall of Fame the way he's returned to this Aztecs offense. Buford Van Dam trying to get the leg drive going. Can't get there. He is stopped a couple inches out from the goal line. Very unlucky there from the fullback on his third carry. What he's capable of out of that spot. And they'll have another crack here. Now effectively a fingernail away from the end zone stripe here to open up the scoring for the Aztecs. Handoff, Van Dam, that time he got it. Touchdown Aztecs.
Great job, great play call there for the Aztecs. They were second and goal on the 1-inch line. No reason to try to pitch it, no reason to try to throw it. Just give it to your fullback. He's 250 plus pounds. He can barrel through and get over that goal line. Put 6 on the boards for the Aztecs to put the first score in the game on the opening drive.
Corey Schlesinger, the backup fullback here on the roster. Buford Van Dam, he had that 3-yard pickup. It was too much for him to handle. He had to come off. Backup fullback comes in, trots it in from half a yard out. And the Aztecs, that 11-play, 70-yard drive that chewed 4.5 minutes off the clock. Very impressively as well. Has gotten the score opened up here. And the Lycans find themselves down without even setting their offense on the field.
Yeah, Lycans are going to have to do something to contain this Aztecs offense.
Kickoff sail away inside the 5, returnable up past the 20 and up to the 25 there where Shea Carroll is met there. And this LA offense led out by quarterback Sully Richardson, the backs Darius Iniguez, and Jalen Wells. Dan Curtis, the fullback, the receivers Elsie Pryor, Chris Lee, and Shea Carroll. The tight ends Jacob Farmer and Jack Flash, and Oren Wild and Bob Watoska make up the 2-man offensive line. Richardson's got 2 tight ends and 2 receivers here with a single back behind him. Jalen Wells was terrific against Indianapolis a fortnight ago. That pass, though, is over the back and incomplete, trying to find early to Elsie Pryor.
And that was just an ill-advised throw there by Sully Richardson, just over the middle. Everybody was covered. He just overthrew it. I think he was going for the incompletion there, just be able to stop the clock and reset.
Now Richardson on a second down. Thrown across. That is caught by Elsie Pryor. That time Richardson gets it across, makes third down a bit more comfortable. And you would think with the form that Jalen Wells and Darius Iniguez has been, this should be a relatively comfortable third down attempt here. But Richardson every chance of throwing as well. They've opened up with 2 passing plays. This will be a run up the middle, and Wells makes pretty easy work of it. Picks up 5 or 6 in the first down.
And that's what the Lycans need to do. They need to use their running game. They rely so heavily on their passing game, like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast. They need to use their running backs. This Mexico City defense is looking for him to air the ball out, keep it on the ground, and take him by surprise.
Richardson now rolls out. Fullback got the lead block there and throws a tough catch there to be made on the outside by Shea Carroll for the first time today, and just noting again the effort that the Aztecs and Mike Daggs have put into redesigning the stadium, the signage and the uniforms to match this yellow and gold, the yellow and green color scheme today. It looks fantastic. Lycans now up the middle. That's a carry for Wells, picks up a couple and brings them to another third down and short. They converted one of these last time as Iniguez gets his first carry of the game.
And this has been a pretty quick first quarter so far. They've been using the clock on both sides of the ball. Let's see if the Lycans can get in before the clock hits triple zeros in the first.
Hand off Wells, got space again, and he will pick up a first down. So this Lycans offense chugging along nicely on this opening drive. They're now up over halfway.
And if the Lycans can keep doing this, they're going to stay within this ball game, and the Aztecs are going to have to figure out what to do to be able to stop them. They're doing a great job in the air and on the ground here.
Now handoff up the middle. That time, the Aztecs all over Iniguez. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage.
It looks like the Aztecs are onto the game plan for the Lycans. They know they're going air than ground and air than ground, and they just were right there to be able to stop the run game.
First time they've ran the ball outside of a third down play. Richardson will now throw on second. That's caught across the middle and will be complete to Chris Lee for the first time today. He picks up a fresh set of downs, and the Lycans now inside the 40.
And Chris Lee is the favorite target of Sully Richardson. So far on the season, he's got 41 receptions with 575 yards, top 10 in all categories for receivers.
So both opening drives from both offenses, long and methodical. And the Lycans now at the opposing 35-yard line. They're in a single back triple formation. Plenty of space on this far side here, but it's going to a run play to Jalen Wells is shut down immediately there by John Osiris.
John Osiris just did a great job there, just coming in from the outside linebacker position, filling the hole, being able to stop the running back at the line of scrimmage.
Spread the receivers out here again. Two backs. Richardson's got a good block on the outside. Caught for a first down. LZ Pryor once more. And they're now on the precipice of the red zone.
Oh, LZ Pryor right there just got behind two members of the secondary of the Aztecs defense. Just a great spot for him picking it up. If he could have just turned around and ran the ball, he would have gotten 6 points on the board.
Important read there from Max Jackson to chase him down and ensure that he didn't break that one free. And now 16 yards away from a major score. Richardson hands it off to Jalen Wells, and he will pick up 3 yards there straight up the gut.
And this is great position here for the Lycans. Any points on the opening drive keeps them in the ball game. They didn't want to go 3 and out and punt the ball or just not put no points on the board. Mexico City scored 7. They need to put some points on the board on this drive.
His formation here, toss play on the outside to Iniguez. He is stopped a couple of yards away from the line of scrimmage. It's an injury on the play. It is Iniguez. So LA losing potentially their second running back in the dynamic Darius Iniguez in the opening stages of this game. That could be detrimental to their game plan.
Oh, that is tough because their running game has been hot this first drive. Between Iniguez and Wells, the two-headed combo, the two-headed monster that they had, they've been doing great. Losing one, it's just going to put a flaw in their game plan.
John Fowler apologizing for that one, but now the emphasis is on Dan Curtis and Jalen Wells to carry the load here. On a third down, though, Richardson's got to pass it, throws, end zone, incomplete, almost had a one-handed specky at the back of the end zone, but Max Jackson gets that one away, and LA are going to be forced into a field goal.
It was a great job there. Chris Lee just in the right position, but as you said, Jackson was right there to put the hit on Chris Lee to make sure he couldn't catch the ball.
Disappointing end to an otherwise excellent drive from this LA offense, and John Smith, the undrafted free agent kicker, will trot out to put this one through the uprights. So both drives for both offenses basically spanning the same duration and the same play length, but one was a touchdown and the other one was a three-pointer. Mexico City maintained their lead.
And like I said, it's great that LA put points on the board, but if Mexico City's offense is as dynamic as it's been all season, LA's got to do more than put 3 on the board. They've got to get in the end zone. They've got to get touchdowns.
Kickoff sails away, caught inside the 5. Returned up here past the 25 by Jeffrey Daggs. Fielded just shy of the 30 as Mexico City will trot back out to try and match the intensity of the opening drive that they have. But this LA defense consists of Alex Perez, Ace Blackwell, Selwyn Lane, Nick Brummer, and Gary Marks, the 5-man line group. Tazzy Blackwell, Greg Ward, and Brogan Spiro make up the linebackers. The secondary, Devontae Moore, Mike Scott, Rochelle Colson, Monte Wyatt, Ben Sharps, and Eaton Moss. So plenty of depth across this LA defense here. Now on a single back offset. Now a handoff on the toss play. Bentley's got another body there. Only 2-yard pickup, but another LA defender. 8-1 there as Ray Bentley has got no regard for the lives of these LA defenders. And it's a shame that it's only a 2-yard pickup. And LA can regroup here on a second down. Sipe's going to roll out. Pressure almost got there. Great block on the edge. Allowed Sipe to find Honus Adobe, who broke a couple tackles and gets it up for a 15-yard gain.
And as much as we talked about Ray Bentley and this running game by the Aztecs, Jordan Sipe so far, he's 4 for 4 with about 50 yards. Honus Adobe there is with his second catch of the game. Jordan Sipe is actually doing excellent this game, even though they focus so much on the running game in Mexico City.
Now, handoff up the middle is to Bentley. Can't get much forward progress there on that play. And yeah, don't look now, but Jordan Sipe could be quietly mounting an MVP campaign the way that he has steered this Mexico City unit to a 5-2 record. They've got the lead and possession here after 1. Mexico City leads this one 7 points to 3. Back here at Estadio Matt Wilson, here in the heart of Mexico City, as the Aztecs looking to build on this lead here on the second drive of the game. Triple offense once more. Sipe on a short drop back. Pressure was surrounding him, and it found a receiver in double coverage. First reception of the day for the prolific Jason Bartley.
And once again, Jordan Sipe is so far perfect on the day. Great strike there to Bartley, just finding him in double coverage, but putting the ball in the perfect spot. So Bartley was the only person to catch it, picking up a 1st and 10.
They've been picking apart this impressive Lycans secondary earlier in this game. And now 33 yards away from scoring range. Sipe this time going to hand it off to Morrison. He's dumped behind the line of scrimmage. First time LA have been able to accomplish that. Forcing the back behind the line of scrimmage. There was Eaton Moss.
And you took the words out of my mouth, Jacob. That was the first negative yardage play for the Aztecs so far this game.
Handoff now up the middle. Bentley that time got plenty of room. These draw plays have been the most efficient so far out of the play calling from Mike Daggs, and that picks up about 9 yards and leaves them a couple shy of the first down.
Just another great delayed draw there by the Aztecs. Jordan Sipe going back, looking like he's going to throw the ball down the field, but just hands it off to Bentley, picking up 9 yards on that play.
Want to get 2 yards to keep this drive going here. In motion to cross. It'll be Buford Van Dam, who's shy by a yard. Great stop there from the Lycans on defense. Gets the hold that they needed as Selwyn Lane plugs the gap. It means that it'll be a 41-yard attempt here from Chaz Blackwater.
And this is a chip shot for any kicker in the SFL.
Straight down the guts there from Blackwater. So 2 opening drives for Mexico City, both scoring and it means that it's still a single-score game.
And this is big for the LA Lycans because they were able to hold this offense, this Mexico City offense, to just 3. As you said, it's a 1-touchdown game now, so the Lycans have a chance. If they can drive down the field and keep driving like they did in their opening drive, they could tie this ball game up.
Kickoff now from Blackwater. LA with a chance to respond. Game still well within their reach here. As a return, there's a flag down. Lost the football, and Mexico City have come up with it. So this flag is going to be determined as an injury, a flag, and a fumble. Wow.
We got the trifecta there,
Yeah.
Jacob. I mean, we got the flag, we got the injury, we got a turnover.
So it is against the Lycans. So this, I believe, is going to stay in the hands of the Aztecs. That is unbelievable. The luck of the Lycans, they're not on their side. The kickoff was fumbled, the penalty was against them, and now Mexico City immediately in scoring range here at the opposite 40. So now in a spread formation to open things up here. Bentley trying to get room on the outside. Second tackle for loss. Dumped in the backfield there. Great read on the plate. Forcing him behind the line of scrimmage was Ace Blackwell.
And Bentley there has to be careful. He's got to protect the ball a little bit better. It looked like he had the ball low and in one hand. And if the Lycans are keeping an eye on that, they'll be able to knock that ball out and get a fumble recovery of their own.
Change of direction there, running across the plane, but he's met only after a couple yard pickup by the veteran free safety Monte Wyatt. And now a third down along straight away. GLA would do well to get a stop here on that third down immediately after giving it up on special teams. And no, Eddie Gage, injury was not to a Mexico City starter. Drop back here from sight, throws across. That's incomplete. Great coverage on the outside. Honus Adobe has been very busy early in this game, but couldn't hold that one in. And it's the first incompletion of the game from Jordan Sipe. And it's going to force a fourth down field goal attempt here from Jazz Blackwater, a little bit further away than the first one. 47-yarder.
And a 47-yard attempt is not a chip shot like I mentioned before. Blackwell has to hook that in.
Left to right. No, sir! Chaz Blackwater has kept that one left, and LA have recovered.
Chaz, I know that feeling. I did it twice in my last game. It's not easy to see that ball just not hook like you wanted to. But this is a big opportunity for LA. They lost the ball on that kickoff. They were able to hold the Aztecs to a 3-and-out, and now they have the ball back in decent field position.
What a turn of events for the Lycans. They have avoided something there, and now a carry up the middle. So again, there's a different tailback in the fold here with the injury to Darius Iniguez. There's been a couple, but that's the only one to a starter. And now Jalen Wells is back in the fold here after that 1-yard pickup. Richardson, short drop back, that's caught, broke the tackle. Can Lee get forward? He can, got the first down, irrespective. In fact, it's Jack Flash, first time today.
Oh, jumping Jack Flash right there. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. Thank God for forward progress there, because if they would have spotted the ball where he was tackled, he would have been short of the line to gain. But the Zebras on the field gave him forward progress, gave him 1st and 10.
Tried to make a play out of a good knowledge of the rules there from Jack Flash. And now just shy of halfway, the Lycans trying to build a scoring drive here. Richardson drop back, short throw is caught by Wells, but a great read in the open field there made by the veteran Merrick Itera.
Great job, Merrick Itera coming up from the cornerback position. As you said, reading the play, seeing the swing pass, and just taking them down 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage.
Now in an ace formation, Aztecs playing their corners close to the line, expecting a run. They got that. Wells has knocked someone down. It's been back and forth between these two backs at claiming the lives of defenders. Jalen Wells gets one back there, but it was only a 1 yard pickup.
Jalen Wells there taking a page out of Ray Bentley's book, just running over defenders and giving them huge hits, picking up a couple of yards there.
These power backs are going to work here in this game. Richardson drops back, throws across. That's incomplete. Plenty of coverage in the area there. And a deflection forced away prevents that from being a first down. First time we've mentioned Liam Ryan, one of the several Australian players highlighted today by the Aztecs. And it will be a quick punt from the Lycans to try and get some field position back.
And both teams here, they had opportunities to score, but neither one could.
The fan caught at the 20, so didn't quite get the mileage on it that they were hoping for. And Mexico City will start this drive at their own 21-yard line. So a bit of a wild turn of events. Two happening drives that were scoring drives. Mexico City then matched with a field goal. And then the Lycans fumbled the onside kick, the forthcoming kickoff. There's a flag and an injury on that play. And Chaz Blackwater missed the field goal, but Mexico City now have possession back inside 5 minutes of the opening half. Bentley carried, nailed after a 5-yard pickup. Lycans defense getting one back there. Brogan Spearall, who was nailed earlier by Bentley, getting one back.
Oh, and Ray Bentley there, he put a hit on another defender. That's 2 for him today, but Spearall saw it and said, nope, you're not doing that to my guys. I'm taking you down, and gave Bentley a hit back.
Now on a Joker's set, they're going to try and toss it to the outside. Morrison beat the first. Morrison beat the second. Nailed those short of the line to gain by Greg Ward. But a great run from Morrison gets them close to first down territory.
Jacob Morrison right there just did a great job breaking off 2 tackles, as you mentioned. But for the Lycans, 3rd time's the charm. They were able to take him down for 2 yards before the line to gain.
Bentley back in the fold. We've seen Van Dam get plenty of carries out of this formation, and it's the exact same result as Buford. Van Dam trucks that one forward for a first down.
And Buford Van Dam, he's not a small man. 6'4", 255 pounds. He's pretty big for a fullback, and that's what they do. They just power over, getting short yardage, being able to pick up those 3rd and shorts.
Now a handoff to Ray Bentley on the delay. That time the Lycans read that well, and he stopped after a pick up of 3.
And you can see those team stats right there on the board, pretty even. Right now the Aztecs are 1 drive up on the Lycans, but this is still a pretty even ball game for these 2 teams.
It's a nervous one here. Morrison outside, nailed. Great pursuit on the outside by the Lycans secondary. Nailed behind the line of scrimmage by Rochelle Colson. And now at a 3rd and 10, Sipes going to be forced to throw this deeper than imagined. It was a loss of 3 on that play. And now with 5 wide on the field, Sipe will drop back short. 4 steps, throws outside. That's caught, but shy of the sticks by about a half yard. Shut down by Devontae Moore, and LA gets the stop they were after.
And that was a great job there by Devontae Moore. He did have a step on the receiver, but as soon as the receiver caught the ball, turned around, tackled him, make sure that it was going to be a 4th down play.
Punt will sail away here, fielded inside the 20, trying to get free, and this time Shea Carroll holds on to it after having a fumble on his previous attempt. And this will start the LA drive on their own 23. Got to run through the Mexico City defense very quickly. Evan Miller, Skylar Kingsley, Dan Tritz, and AK Jones on the line. John Fowler, Qualtzine Yulia, and John Osiris, the linebackers. And again, Gerard Brody, Liam Ryan, Merrick Otera, Jeffrey Daggs, and Max Jackson in that secondary. Richardson rolls out. Block up front was good. Thrown straight. Interception. Liam Ryan nearly went it back for 6 points. But he's got a pick on the board in the game where he has been highlighted in the jersey.
Great job there by Liam Ryan, just sitting back in coverage, watching the quarterback's eyes, just jumping the route in front of Shea Carroll there to pick up the interception. And now look at them. They're just 1.5 yards away from the red zone to put some more points on this board.
It's disastrous for the Aztecs, who are now No, disaster for the Lycans, rather, who've now found their defense just shy of their own red zone. Sipe's going to toss it outside to Bentley, trying to get forward progress. But again, they've woken up to this run game here. The Lycans shut down at the line of scrimmage by Brogan Spearaw, who's been very active.
The Aztecs right now, they are firing on all cylinders right here, just on the edge of the SFL red zone, on the 20, looking to put another 6 points on the board.
They'll get this play off before the 2-minute warning. Sipe had to abort the rollout and did an excellent job at finding Honus Adobe, who has gone down. So Mexico City now with another injury to add to the list of the players at the medical tent.
Yeah, Norman Hand, and now you got Honus Adobe. And Honus Adobe right now, he has been one of the favorite targets for Jordan Sipe. That was his 4th target, and with 3 receptions on the night so far, so that's going to be a huge hit for the Aztecs.
2 marquee players now in the medical tent for the Aztecs, and we still haven't got an update on Darius Iniguez on the other side of the ball. But now the Aztecs have got a 3rd and short to try and convert here if they want to score 6 points on this drive before the half is out. Sipe handoff Van Dam. He has been outstanding in these short yardage situations. That's another first down for the fullback.
Buford Van Dam right here, he's been their short yardage back all game long so far. That was his 5th carry, and he's got 16, 17 yards now. He doesn't need the yardage, but he's doing the producing that he has to as a fullback.
Now got exactly 10 yards to go to get to the stripe. Bentley's going to get the first carry, got an extra couple there on the push. They'll be inside the 5.
And I do believe Mexico City can get another first down, but it would be 1st and goal from the 1-inch line.
And off Morrison, can't get there, ball, but he like a touchdown tonight. But he stopped shy of the line of scrimmage there, and Mexico City will run through one of their timeouts here in a 3rd and short here. The Aztecs really need to stop here just to take it to half. It is, again, still basically within a single score if they give up a field goal here. Sipe's got 4 receivers, bunch formation to his left. Will roll out, got a block from the running back, speared across, that's picked! LA get the golden result, and it's taken in the back of the end zone there to turn possession over.
Great job there by the Lycans defense. That was number 23, Ben Charbs, with the interception in the end zone, and very smart to down the ball so they can get it at the 20-yard line. But
Ben Charbs, the former Aztec, Mickey.
Oh, absolutely, the former Aztec. But now they've got 1 minute and 3 seconds to drive down the field for the chance to tie this ball game going into the half.
Bit of pepper thrown on the matchup here. A throw from Richardson to the outside. That's a 9-yard pickup from Elsie Pryor. The clock will not be stopped here. And the Lycans will have to try and get this back to the line of scrimmage to reset their formation nice and quickly. I'll have Wells in a split back here, but a single receiver off to the side. So nothing too aggressive here from the Lycans to close out the half. Get a motion Pryor across. So happy to just take this single score deficit into the halftime break. Wells is going to try and make something happen here. He is short of the first down marker. John Fowler shuts that one down, and the Lycans could run the clock down inside to end the half here, down by 7.
I believe the Lycans do get the ball in the second half, so maybe they're just trying to get the ball, just trying to run the clock, get a big play here. If they score, they score. If they don't, they don't.
No! It's fumbled and picked up by the Aztecs. What a result for Mexico City. John Osiris has fallen on it.
Jacob, what's going on in this ball game? We've had injuries, we've had flags, we've had fumbles all over the place, and now the Aztecs have a chance to kick a field goal to go up and make this a 2-possession game.
Osiris forced it, and Qualtzine Yalea was on the spot there to fall on it, and now Chaz Blackwater, who missed from this range earlier, has another attempt to resurrect it. He's got it. This time kept it straight, and the Lycans have shot themselves in the foot here to close out the half.
That was just unfortunate for the Lycans. It looks like they were willing to go into the half going down by 7. But one more play, fumbled the ball, and now they are down by 10 going into halftime.
Wow, lots to unpack here at the end of the half. It's just the complete wrong way for the Lycans to end it, but they still find themselves only down by 10 here. Mickey Malillo, give us your takes after that crazy opening half of football.
Well, you can see the dynamic offense by the Aztecs. I mean, just Ray Bentley right there. He's got 46 yards on 12 attempts, averaging almost 4 yards a carry. The big thing here is on the Lycans side. What they have to do is be able to protect the ball. They have given up 2 key fumbles here. Their first fumble wound up being a missed field goal by Blackwell, but this last fumble at the end of the half, it cost them 3 points.
Chaz Blackwater is your player of the half. We'll get an injury update on the 3 injured players across both rosters after this short halftime break by Breaks GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Quick injury update here. Sahonis Adobe, it should be back there with just a stinger, but poor Norman Hand is gone, and unfortunately for the Lycans, Darius Iniguez is also out of this game with a back injury. So some repercussions there for the Lycans. Breaking into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT. Football signed jerseys, featuring signed jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on the site, breaksgpt.com. Carroll on the return gets it up past the 25 to the 27 as Mike Daggs expresses his devastation that Norman Hands' night is over. He has to rely on his 2 starting defensive tackles. Who would have thought, as LA takes over here. So a need to regroup. Only 3 points in the opening half. They had a turnover on that last possession that essentially gave Mexico City not necessarily a gift 3 points, but a gift chance at 3 points. But they have to take this next second half without their second running back in Darius Iniguez. So a huge weight placed on Jalen Wells here. And Sully Richardson had a decent opening half, completing 7 of 11 for 65. Needs to continue to build on that. Richardson toss play outside. Wells trying to get forward progress is chased down by John Fowler and met after a 1-yard pickup.
And John Fowler right there, just doing what he does in the inside linebacker position, just keeping an eye on the play, shuffling his feet, and being able to get to the running back with only 1 yard gain.
Richardson this time will throw with Wells out of the game. Throws, it's caught across the middle, in between the numbers by Chris Lee.
And Chris Lee, like I mentioned, it is Sully Richardson's favorite target. Great job there, coming over the post route right there. The defender just didn't look back. That was Yolia right there. Just didn't look back at the ball until it was too late, and Chris Lee was able to pick up the first down.
Richardson now, fresh set of downs, Twins to the bottom. They can give a carry to Wells here if they want to, but Richardson's going to go back to the sky. That's incomplete. Risky throw, trying to force it to Jack Flash, but Max Jackson was all over that one.
And that seems to be a combo right there. Jack Flash on Max Jackson. So, and Max Jackson's been a great job in the secondary, just being able to get to those receivers and not letting them catch the ball.
Now with 2nd down and 10 at the 45. Richardson drops back. He's got receivers on either side of him. Throws it to the fullback here, and Dan Curtis runs it out of bounds after a 5-yard pickup.
Sully Richardson had pressure on both sides coming in on him. Just a great job being able to find Curtis and being able to toss the ball to him and even pick up 4 yards on that play.
Now a split spread formation here on third down. Richardson rolls out, got a block up front, throws across, that's in and out of hands. There, Mexico City gets the hold. John Osiris has been everywhere today, and that stops the Lycans drive in its tracks.
John Osiris right there, he had his hands on the ball. Great job being able to deflect the ball, because the receiver was right there. If John Osiris didn't put his hands on the ball, that would have been a first down.
Lycans now to punt this one away, so they just haven't been able to build up much positive on offense so far today. This will be fair caught inside the 20, so another shallow punt here. Gives Mexico City decent field position, so they generated a turnover in the red zone on the second to last drive of the half there. That's including the field goal from Chaz Blackwater at the end of the half. Ben Sharps had the interception against his former club. I'll be looking to try and build on that here, because a defensive turnover might be what creates a momentum breaker here, because it's all firmly in Mexico City's favor at the moment. Hand off on the pitch to Ray Bentley. Stiff arm, couldn't get past the second defender, so it's only a 3-yard pickup there for the veteran.
Great stiff arm there by Ray Bentley, but as you said, couldn't get around the second defender, who was Devontae Moore. He was watching him and was able to take him down for only 3 yards. If he could get around Moore, Bentley would have had much more yardage right there.
Joker's formation here, heavy set to counter from LA. Hand off to Morrison, trying to get up the middle. Stops there by Monte Wyatt. Prevents a first down, and also gives Mexico City a decision to make here on third down, and relatively short. Again, this has been Buford Van Dam territory. They've gone to him a heap in these third down situations, and he has countered excellently. Down to Jack's formation. Sipes going to throw. Drops back, thrown. It's incomplete. There's going to be pass interference against the Lycans. That's unfortunate.
Oh, very unfortunate right there. There was an opportunity for the Lycans to be able to get the ball back, holding the Aztecs to a 3-and-out. But unfortunately, just the contact a little bit too early there for Tazzy Blackwell. She just put a little contact with the receiver, and unfortunately gives the Aztecs a first down.
Now with the fresh set of downs here, up over the 30. Aztecs starting to get back into their rhythm. Side, triple formation, handoff outside. Bentley got past one, not the second. It's just been that second defender that's preventing Ray Bentley from breaking one of these runs off. But it feels like it's inevitable at the moment that he's going to have a moment in this game. He checks down here for Jacob Morrison. Sight back under center. It's another heavy set this time. Buford Van Dam angled off to the side. Toss play to Morrison. Pursued from behind. They got him at the line of scrimmage. Great play there on defense from the Lycans. They've got another opportunity here at a 4th down and long stop. Great tackle by Selwyn Lane.
And Selwyn Lane right there, just getting beyond the offensive line, coming in from defensive tackle. Great job picking up Morrison and being able to keep him behind the line of scrimmage.
5 receivers here for the Aztecs here. Again, Adobe yet to be sighted in the second half. Sipe drops back, pressure up the middle. They got to Sipe. Great play from the Lycans. They've got their hold on defense. Nick Brummer on the inside has a sack, and that will stop the Aztecs drive. That could be a momentum breaker for the Lycans.
Oh, Nick Brummer coming in. Big hit on Jordan Sipe right there. Jacob, I know you haven't experienced it yet, but that is a 7.2 on the Michter scale. Shaking up the game, changing the momentum. That's a momentum changer there for the Lycans.
We've got the Michter scale now. We've got the Rick meter in the Colin and Rick games. Now, if you've got Mickey Malillo, it's the Michter scale. I love it. And the Lycans will take over possession here at their own 37. We say hello to Luke Schreiner and Jermaine Smith on Stats with us today, along with everyone watching along in the chat, the likes of Mike Daggs, John Fowler, John Marine, and company that have been talking through the game here. We say hello to everyone else that's watching this late night Saturday football game here on SFL YouTube. That throw from Richardson is incomplete. Speaking of John Fowler there, he's on the pass deflection.
John Fowler right there. It's a great job by the Aztecs defender, making sure that the Lycans have a 2nd and long coming up.
Now in another single back set. Couple of receivers up the top, including 2 tight ends here. They've run this formation quite a bit today. Richardson's going to throw, got around the edge, pressure got there. Somehow found a pass across the middle. It's only going to be a 1-yard pickup though, and forces a 3rd down and long attempt there. Great pressure from AK Jones, forced an error throw from Richardson, but it was able to be completed. Now, Sally's going to have a throw here on 3rd down and long. Same formation here. Ace bunch formation at the top. Richardson drops back. Pressure from the Aztecs was again immense, and he's fumbled it, and returning back the other way. What a play from Mexico City, and it's trotted into the end zone by Dan Tritz.
Dan Tritz right there, being in the right place at the right time, being able to pick up the fumble recovery and bring it in, and you don't see this often where a defensive tackle, a big man up front, is able to put 6 points on the board, but there he is, nobody around him. You can see the offensive line trying to track him down, but they got the same amount of speed as he, and there you go, you got a big man score with a big man dance in the end zone.
Evan Miller said hello right to Solly Richardson's face, and then the big man 6'5", 316 took it back the odd 25 yards, and the Mexico City Aztecs are now back in real control of this game as Chaz Blackwater's 2nd extra point of the game is through and good, and that really sucks the life out of the Lycans, who are starting to build again.
Oh, and now, as much as I gave the Michter scale to the Lycans, I think that was an aftershock, and that was a big aftershock. That was an 8.1 on the Michter scale for the Aztecs, changing the momentum back in their favor.
Now return from inside the end zone, up man at the 25 here, and conversation from SFL HQ saying that Richardson threw it backwards, so it is a fumble, whichever way you look at it. And an unfortunate result for the Lycans, but they can build here again with possession, even though the scoreline isn't favourable. It's still within reach here, but they just haven't been able to build on anything so far today on offense. And can open up the playbook here, you'd think, Mickey.
They're going to have to do something, because this is now a 3-possession game. They have to score 3 times just to get back into it.
Wells on the outside, lowered the shoulder, picks up 5 yards, and we'll head back to SFL HQ to check in on Baltimore at Bossier City.
Jacob, I'll raise you one great defensive play for another. Bossier City down just 6, a 1st and goal, 5 yards away from taking the lead on Baltimore, and Ace Fennick throws an interception by Alvin Mack, taken back 94 yards to the house, and Baltimore swings the game. Now 27-14 Vultures, back to you in Mexico City.
7-yard pickup from Jalen Wells, picked up the 1st down. Here as Baltimore takes a commanding lead over Bossier City off the back of that Alvin Mack pick 6. And now in an ace formation here. Receivers on either side for Richardson, short drop back, good protection up front, caught. What a play there from Chris Lee. Got it through the window there in between the numbers, and that puts Mexico City on the back foot again.
Oh, Chris Lee right there, he was triple covered. There were 3 yellow jerseys all around him, but he decided to just get in between all of them, and Sully Richardson saw it, and he was able to pick up the 1st down on a great catch.
Now a fresh set of downs at the 40. Richardson handoff to Wells. He is planted at the line of scrimmage, and they have really clocked onto this run game. John Fowler has been chasing Jalen Wells all across the field for the entire game. Gets another tackle there at the line of scrimmage and forces Wells out of the game here. Richardson with a twins package here. Drops back. And protection on the outside. He's going to have to rush it himself. Got to be careful he doesn't lose it again. And he is planted after a gain of 3.
It's a big play here for the Lycans. 3rd and 6. They are on the other side of the field. Sully Richardson is a top 10 quarterback. Look to him to throw the ball.
It's bunch formation again. Richardson, quick rollout. Got space. Got a throw. Wow! Chris Lee plucked it out of thin air. Jack Flash, rather, gets that one. He had about 3 defenders around him and was somehow able to bring it in.
Oh, once again, jumping Jack Flash there. He's got somebody. You're right. He had 3 defenders all around him. And Max Jackson, the Hall of Famer there, had an opportunity to intercept the ball, but he just couldn't get his hands on it, and Jack Flash picking up a huge first down there for the Lycans.
So the veteran Scully Richardson starting to get back into momentum here. They're inside the red zone. The Lycans looking to strike quickly to get themselves back in this game. Delayed handoff to Jalen Wells, who again was met by John Fowler. That's been the matchup on the ground, but Wells gets the better of him that time and picks up 4 yards.
Looks like the Lycans are taking a play out of the Aztecs playbook, using that delayed draw to their advantage.
The split back set Joker's formation up the top. Could very well throw out of this with Wells off the field. Richardson, though, will hand it off up the middle. That's a good carry. And is met just a couple yards shy of the first down marker made by the backup tailback. And see here, potentially an opportunity for the Lycans to counter with some Dan Curtis action like what the Aztecs have been doing. But Wells will be back in here. Single receiver down the bottom. Toss play. Wells, can he get there? He will. And got carried by Max Jackson. He almost broke that one for a score. But it plants Mexico City right back into their end zone here. And the Lycans have got 3 yards to go for a major score.
The big thing there is it gives the Lycans 4 chances to get in the end zone, picking up that first down.
Now, Lycans running it outside. That's Jalen Wells again. This time he is met right at the line of scrimmage there. It was the backup tailback, in fact. So now Wells will come back in. And they'll try again here from basically 2.8 yards away.
Very precise there. Very precise, Jacob.
Absolutely. I measure it by the inch. Handoff now. Wells can't get the forward progress he was after there. Max Jackson, another crucial goal line stop. And now they're about 2 yards away from trying to strike this one in one more time. You've got to think they've got to keep Wells on the field here. Again, projects for a Dean Curtis run as well. Single receiver up the top. Joker's formation once more. Toss play outside. Can he get there? He does. Lycans get their first touch on the board. And Jalen Wells has picked up a 6-pointer.
And you said it, Jacob. They have to keep Jalen Wells in there. PJ Mays has been doing a great job as the backup tailback with Iniguez being out. But they needed Jalen Wells in there. One of their starting tailbacks in there to be able to pick up this score. They did it. A great pitch play. Everybody thought, you said it, everybody thought it was going to be a fullback dive right up the middle, but they pitched it outside to the left side, picking up 6 here. Great job by the Lycans.
It's been an impressive season for Jalen Wells. Here's the lead tailback on this Lycans roster, and now the game is back within 2 scores. So, Lycans just making a contest of their stat. That fumble recovery touchdown is certainly going to make things more difficult because take that away, it's only a 3-point game, but a quick stop here on defense could make things very interesting. Now that the Lycans have finally got that touchdown that they so desperately needed. Returned up past the 30. Jeffrey Daggs almost broke it free. There was one more defender hanging on for dear life. It was the kicker who prevented Daggs from breaking that free. And Mexico City will start this drive just shy of the 40.
And Jeffrey Daggs is always dangerous when he's returning kickoffs. You can see it here, how he just breaks tackles. He finds it, spins out of there, and brings it all the way up to the 38-yard line. And I do have to mention, you said it before that they'd be within a field goal if it wasn't for that fumble, but don't forget, there was a fumble at the end of the first half that gave the Aztecs a 3-point. So if it wasn't for the turnovers, this would be a tie ball game.
Couple of unnecessary turnovers that have really hurt the Lycans here and have put this contest out further than they want it to be. That's a great carry from Ray Bentley. generous spot to pick up 8 yards, but he has been excellent again today.
Ray Bentley there going off tackle, and it was Monte Wyatt there on initial contact to be able to slow him down and have the host of the other Lycans to come in to bring him down to keep him from getting a first down.
Bentley now averaging up over 3.5 yards per carry on his 16 attempts. Hand off to Buford Van Dam, who's been their most efficient back today. He will pick up a first down to keep with the theme.
And as I mentioned before, Buford Van Dam, he doesn't have a lot of yards on the day, but if you count all 5 attempts, he's got 5 first downs.
Quarters done here at
Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Thank you, Curtis. 3 quarters done here at Estadio Matt Wilson here, Mexico City on halfway with a fresh set of downs. 4 wide for Jordan Sipe to throw to. Sipe drives back, short throw. That's intercepted! LA gets the turnover they needed. Mike Scott.
Oh, great Scott from Mike Scott. What a way to start the fourth quarter right there. Getting in front of the receiver, being able to pick up the interception, putting the Lycans in great field position to put another score on the board. And since we're in the fourth quarter, everybody in the chat put up their 4s, their 12s, their 86s, 68, and of course their 93s in the chat.
The stadium suddenly got a little bit more tense here in Mexico City, as the Lycans will take over possession right shy of halfway. Jalen Wells carry on the outside, dragged the defender with him, picked up 9.5. Great carry from Wells. Again, we say thank you to Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ and Jermaine Smith and Luke Schreiner giving us all the numbers on stats here tonight. We've got an exciting fourth quarter building here as the Lycans are starting to forge a comeback off the back of the turnover. Toss play on the outside. The backup tailback is forced backwards there by John Osiris. There'll be a 3rd and 1, and the emphasis is put back on Jalen Wells.
And Osiris was the defender who got dragged by Jalen Wells on that first down play. He was upset. He said, "Not this time," and took down PJ Mays right there for nothing.
And they go again. Wells for progress is enough for the first down. It keeps the Lycans on the move.
And that's all they needed. They needed that 1 yard just to reset the downs. 1st and 10 here. Keep this drive going. They have an opportunity to stay in this game as long as they can put points on the board.
Now, single back with bunch receivers off to the side. That's picked off by Osiris. It goes back in the other way.
Jacob, we've got a tennis match going on. Ball's in one hand and then it's in the other. Then it flips back and forth, back and forth. Osiris has been huge so far since the Lycans got the ball back. And right there, a big interception to get the Aztecs the ball back on their own 45-yard line.
It's a tennis match right at halfway. The Aztecs are going to take over exactly where the Lycans did. And Richardson's turned the ball over again. Sipe now single back off to the left. LA's defense trying to get it back as quickly as they lost it here. Sipe drops back, pressure again. That's picked! It's gone back the other way again! The Lycans have got it back for Rochelle Colston.
And Colston just a great job. This is a fantastic catch, putting her body on the line there, taking a big hit by Bill Henry, the tight end, after she caught the ball. We're going back and forth here, and I'm getting dizzy, Jacob. I don't know what else to tell you.
Did the quarterback switch uniforms? What has happened here? The ball is just being exchanged here. We've had 3 interceptions in the space of a minute. Here at Estadio Matt Wilson, the Lycans are just going to take it to the ground here to settle things down. Thought Jalen Wells got more than a yard there. Tough spot for the Lycans.
Jacob, I didn't even think about that. We had 3, you're right, we had 3 interceptions in a matter of, let's call it 80 seconds to start this fourth quarter. I got a feeling this is going to be a banger of a fourth quarter.
This is a wild one. Richardson throws out, had pressure in his face, finds Pryor wide open, inside the 20 to the 10. He is planted inside the 10. What a chase down, but LZ Pryor gets 40-odd yards on the fly.
Oh, LV Pryor right there, just wide open, as you see there, catching it at about the 39-yard line, finding an open field in front of him, not taken down till the 10-yard line. That is 30 yards after the catch there. That's how much open field Pryor had.
I'm going to take in some water here. This game is getting wild here in the fourth quarter. The Lycans now have goal to go territory after that quick hitter to LZ Pryor. Richardson drops back, blocking up front was excellent. Found again! Back-to-back catches for LZ, and the Lycans are within 3.
Oh, great job there by the Lycans, taking advantage of the turnover, which is what the Aztecs done earlier in the game, getting a big play from LZ Pryor, and right there, a huge touchdown to put them within a field goal of tying this game pending the point after.
Oh my goodness, this game has descended into mayhem. Here, the Lycans took a minute to turn that turnover into points. LZ Pryor has turned the game around here off hands of Sully Richardson, and the energy has just shifted dramatically. Again, that this stadium was pumping after that Dantrich touchdown, and the Lycans have brought it back. They were down 20-3. They are now down by 3 as the Aztecs return this up just shy of the 30 by Jacob Morrison.
And Jacob Morrison on the rare kickoff return. Jeffrey Daggs wasn't back there. I don't know if that was a wise move to give Daggs a break because he was on defense, but Morrison getting a decent return there. They're starting this drive from their own 30.
Well. Well, the attention is firmly turned on this game now. Bunch formation for Jordan Sipe down to the left. Single back is Bentley. Got the delayed handoff. He will get it. And a great tackle there by Ben Sharps, who's been pulling out all the stops against his former ball club.
And I don't know if you saw that graphic that came up there, Jacob, but there have been 6 interceptions in this game alone tonight. The other 3 games combined have only been 7. So we account for half the interceptions for this Saturday night.
And going back and forth like a ping pong game here. Outside, that was risky. Caught by Noe Taratas after a gain of 2. And the Lycans now, don't look now, an opportunity to get a quick third down stop here. They'll have a single back in Ray Bentley. And an offset back of Buford Van Dam on the side, but Sipe will throws across. That's caught by Taratas. Huge grab, just shy of halfway, keeps the Aztecs moving forward.
Noe right there, just coming across the middle from that slot, and had a defender right in front of him. That was Tazzy Blackwell. She had a shot of getting the interception, but just out of her reach. And Jordan Sipe, just a great show, getting it to Taratas to pick up a first down.
Jordan Sipe now has eclipsed over 100 yards just inside the fourth quarter, which is wild given how Mexico City have been able to move the ball today. And now with a single back, 3 wide, Sipe. Another delayed handoff to Ray Bentley. Got through another one. Brogan Spiro has been going back and forth with Ray Bentley all afternoon. Tackle made by Devontae Moore.
And you mentioned before that Jordan Sipe eclipsed 100 yards, and he's currently 9 of 13. His 4 incompletions so far have all been interceptions. So every ball that Jordan Sipe has thrown has been caught, whether it's been by his team or the other team.
Sipe drops back in a heavy set, throws across. Taratas has another one. Now, this time, though, Devontae Richardson gets that grab. So the first time that Jordan Sipe has found one of his tight ends today, and that keeps them going just inside the 35.
And with Mike Daggs in the audience, we have to say it, especially it's his Aztecs. Hashtag throw it to the tight end.
It's the first time that Sipe has done that today. And now just over 5 minutes left. A field goal is not the end of the world here for the Lycans. Handoff to Ray Bentley. Got another one. Ray Bentley has been taking some lives here today. And that time Ben Sharps was a victim. and he picks up 5 yards.
Ray Bentley right there. I think his new nickname is going to be the Steamroller because it's not the first contact, it's the second contact. He has been knocking defenders over every time he touches the ball.
This time it's Van Dam who gets forward. Charbs has to chase him down. Otherwise, the big fella was motoring downfield, but it's a first down nonetheless.
And Van Dam, we mentioned it, he's usually short yardage, and this was essentially short yardage, but it was 4 yards, 4 yards to get the first down, but still, Van Dam doing his job, just plowing through the middle and picking up the first down now in the SFL red zone.
This Mexico City running game is motoring downfield here. Sipe now, toss play outside. Bentley trying to get forward progress. Great tackle in the open field there. Met straight away by Tazzy Blackwell, who has been kept quiet today. That's an important tackle there. And now Sipe looks like he's going to be in an empty back set here. So aggressive from the Aztecs inside the red zone. Drop back, short one. He throws across. That's caught. Taratas trying to get it forward. Is nailed inside the 5. Looked like that was a potential score there as Sipe found Noe Taratas once more on this drive. That's the 3rd time he's caught a pass on this drive alone.
And that was a great route there by Taratas. He just turned around, planted his foot, turned around with the button hook, and was able to catch the ball while the defenders just ran right past him. And Jacob, a quick update from Bossier City. It is now a final. Baltimore 34 wins the game over Bossier City 21.
Toss play. Bentley open space. Nobody touched him. And Ray Bentley might have put the final spear in the coffin of the Lycans.
And Ray Bentley right there doing everything he's done all game long. Just running off tackle, being able to pick up yards. He is currently averaging 4 yards per carry. And that right there is another touchdown to his book. And Ray Bentley, I said it at the beginning of the broadcast, was something that the Lycans had to be on the keep their eyes out for.
As Blackwater now to nail the kick return, the extra point, I should say. And that just negates that previous touchdown play from the Lycans. So now with 3.5 minutes left, it's not unassailable. We've seen already today, not to bring it up with Jermaine Smith on stats today, but the previous game, the previous block in DC and Lexington, there was an onside kick recovery. Could the Lycans do the same here, but they need a major score at minimum on one of these 2 possessions that they might get. A return from Carroll spins up past the 25. In fact, it was Pryor on that return who generated that scoring drive on the previous possession. Now, the Lycans are in real crunch time now.
The Lycans are going to need a big play like they did their last drive. They had that 50-yard pass to Pryor. They're going to need something like that now because they have got 66 yards to get to the other side of the field. They need at least a field goal and, like you mentioned, an onside kick recovery to be able to still be in the talks of winning this game.
The Lycans are playing like their season is on the line. They don't want to fall to 6 losses on the season. It makes it very hard to make a playoff push. Throws across. That was almost picked by Max Jackson, who had his hands on it, but it bounced away.
Oh, Max Jackson, you're right. He had his hands on it. He was diving for that ball, but he just did not have the stretch. He's 6'3". He needed to be 6'4", and he would have gotten that interception off before it hit the ground.
Clock stops at 3:25. Richardson now with an empty back set. Pressure on the side being shown. They're going to motion a receiver down, so there's a mismatch down the bottom here for the Lycans if the Richardson can get it there. Short drop back throws, caught. That's not the play that they were after. There's only a 2-yard pickup to Elsie Pryor, and now they'll motor back to the line of scrimmage with the same formation. Richardson drops back throws. This time it goes deep. That's where it needed to be the first time, and he's got a first down pickup now up over the 45. Richardson back in the empty. He'll drop back again. Short throw. That's the same one. Almost picked off by Gerard Brody, but it's a 4-yard pickup in the end for Jack Flash. And now Richardson back just shy of halfway. Throws again across body. That time they've taken it away. John Fowler going back in the other direction up to the Lycans 40. That should be the final play that kills this Lycans effort.
That was a great effort by the Lycans right there. Just back-to-back, short pass, long pass, first down, second down. And just an unfortunate throw there by Richardson, putting in Fowler's hands. Now the Aztecs can run out this clock. There's 2:47 left. With anything other than a 3-and-out, this game is all but over for LA.
John Marine said it best in the chat. They tested that side of the field too many times, and Richardson almost telegraphed it there. It was almost picked off by Brody on the previous play, and then Fowler got a clean play of the ball, and now Ray Bentley can truck forward and pick up 3 yards. So they've got every real opportunity now to try and run this clock out.
I don't think LA is going to call a timeout until after the 2-minute warning here. So there's going to be a lot of time run off this clock. Mexico City got the ball with about 2:47 left. They got to run one more play. They'll get the stoppage at the 2-minute warning. And then all they pretty much need is a first down, and they could run the clock out for the rest of the game.
Just too many mistakes from the Lycans today on offense. We could go back and fill them all out, but their defense has played tough today against the really good Aztecs offense. That's a great carry from Jacob Morrison being up the middle. In fact, it was the backup fullback who gets that carry for a first down.
And we kind of mentioned it early in the broadcast. Prior to this game, there have been 7 total interceptions on Saturday night. Now, 7 interceptions in this game.
Unreal. And again, those 7 interceptions came from 5 games, which is pretty wild. We've had 7 in 1 tonight. Both offenses haven't been perfect today, but again, it's been just simple mistakes from the Lycans that have cost them today. And what could have been a victory for them in a different scenario. That carry from Van Dam picks up a single yard. This is the first time out of the Lycans. So again, as you highlighted, a first down here from Los Angeles, likely, first down here from Mexico City, likely calls this ball game here with a 10-point deficit.
And that was the first time Van Dam touched the ball and did not get a first down, I do want to mention.
That's pretty wild. He's done it at least 5 or 6 times today. It's been a really impressive. He'd be a vote for the player of the game. If he had a touchdown on the board, I think he's almost a certainty. His efficiency has been absurd. Another carry up the middle, fullback dive. That time, it's only a yard. So as soon as he had that game first, he does it once again. And now the second of the 2 timeouts called from the Lycans.
It's going to be one of the rare 3rd and longs in this game. I can see Jordan Sipes just dropping back and throwing the ball. They want to get this first down, not to try to put more points on the board, but to be able to run out the clock and let the Lycans use their last timeout.
It's a late handoff. They're just going to let Buford Van Dam rumble forward, and he's just shy of the first down. Would have been an outstanding play call had he have got the first down, but he's a couple yards shy, and means that it's just a chip shot here from Chaz Blackwater. Again, had the miss earlier today, but it's not going to be at the cost of a victory for the Aztecs as he swings this one left to right, and the lead is pushed out to 13.
But now the Lycans will get the ball back. They're under 2 minutes. They need a big play and then get the onside kick and another big play. But they have to score touchdowns, and that's been their detriment all game long. They haven't been able to get into the end zone except after a couple of big plays or turnovers. So the Lycans need to do something on this possession.
Returned here by Carroll, up past the 25 to the 27 as Elsie Pryor on that return once more. They've got 98 seconds here to try and get a score up on the board, but with 13 points means that it would need to be 2 touchdowns and 2 very quick touchdowns, coupled with an onside kick return here. If LA are a chance at potentially stealing this one, it would be a pretty wild scenario, but it would be in the theme of this game. A short throw from Richardson. They need to abandon that one because it's only a 3-yard pickup for Pryor. They're back in this formation that was a result of turnover in the last possession. Richardson drops back again. This time throws. Fowler nearly had another one through his hands.
Fowler right there, he didn't move. That ball was thrown right at him. But the only thing that does on the Lycans side is that it does stop the clock, give him a chance to reset, huddle up, and pick a play.
Now at the 30, Richardson still in this empty back formation. Aztecs are going to play their corners off. Richardson throws across. That's caught. Great throw and catch. LZ Pryor's got another one across the middle. Now Richardson rushes it back to the line there at the 45. No spike. Throws again. That's caught by Chris Lee at the 40. And statisticians are going to get a bit of a workout here at the end of the game. Richardson drops back, throws deep. That's picked. Gerard Brody gets one in the Australia Bowl. And the Aztecs are going to put the icing on the cake.
And I might as well do it. I haven't done it all game long. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. The Australian there, wearing the Australian alternate uniforms, picks up a pick to be able to put the nail in the coffin on the Lycans and win this game for the Aztecs.
One away from the trifecta. It was just getting Jacob Morrison into the end zone, but Liam Ryan has had an interception, and now Gerard Brody's got one. And the Aztecs are going to claim a victory here at home. The Lycans falling just shy here today. A valiant effort, but has been met with some sting from this Aztecs unit that continues to rumble forward in Season 23. The Aztecs will travel on the road in Week 11 to face the Queen City Corsairs, who are yet to pick up a win in Season 23. They then have back-to-back division opponents in the Houston Headhunters and the Bossier City Steamers, who we saw earlier tonight. Both of those games at home before a bye and finishing the season against Nashville. Lycans have to go back home to take on the Canton Classics next week before their Week 12 bye. They then have 2 of 3 games remaining within their own division as Sype takes one more nail here. And the Aztecs are going to trot this one home here in an enthralling affair, and one that the Lycans feel they probably could have won tonight but just didn't quite have the execution. The Aztecs and their quality continue this terrific season going. They are now 6 wins and a win away from securing a playoff spot at 6-2.
This is a great game here, Jacob, for the Aztecs. As you said, another solid win, another great job. The Lycans there, they had 10 points lost on turnovers. The field goal at the end of the first half, and then that fumble recovery for a touchdown at the beginning of the second half. I turn around and I give my game ball, and I can look at the stats, and I can give it to Ray Bentley, but I'm going to go against the grain on this one. I'm going to look at production, and I'm going to give my game ball to Buford Van Dam. We talked about it. Prior to that time-killing drive, about just before the 2-minute warning, every time he touched the ball, he got a first down. As a fullback, that is part of your job, those short yardage situations. So he had 6-7 first downs every time he touched the ball. So if I have to give a game ball, it's to Mr. Buford Van Dam in the fullback spot for the Aztecs.
Hard to argue with that one. That completes our final Saturday night game here on SFL YouTube. Don't go anywhere though. Tomorrow night we have 4 more games of SFL football rather, headlined by Arizona traveling to Denver. We also have Motor City and Canton at the 6:30 block. Then the late games, Carolina will head off to Atlanta with Louisiana at Pittsburgh before our Monday night spectacular where Mickey, your Minnesota legend, will take on the Houston Headhunters with Cameron Irvine and Charles Doherty on that call with Around the SFL before this week in the SFL around headlining that one. So thank you to Jermaine Smith and Luke Schreiner with Cameron Irvine on production, Mickey Malillo on analysis, and we'll see you tomorrow night for more SFL action.